All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I'm gonna get things started, right? Yeah. So I wanted to touch base with you, let you know what was going on with the EK9, and of course, since I just got back from Japan, share some of the goodies I got, and just kind of talk about that too, because the whole time I'm running around Japan, doing a bunch of, car events, doing shop tours, doing all that kind of fun stuff. I really don't get a chance to talk to you about like Japan. I'm like, hey, look, we're at this car event. Let's check out this car event, and that's what we talk about. We talk about that specific car event. And for Tokyo Auto Salon, that whole week is just nuts. And as you guys will see, I'll continue just to keep dropping, just video after thing. I mean, each day we would go out and we would do, like 3 to 5 things. We'd go visit a couple shops. We'd go to an underground meet. We'd get up first thing in the morning and, go drive to a location and do something. So like that entire week in Japan is nonstop. And don't get me wrong, it's a ton of fun, but I don't get to just talk to you guys. Now, one of the other fun things is all the stuff you get to collect. Now, I think one of the things that got me the most was the exchange rate right now is incredible. So I was able to get just, a bunch of stuff for a really good price. You don't have to pay that extra, container fee, that you normally have to do if you buy it local here in the States, because by the time it gets here, it has a container fee, it has extra shipping, it has extra everything. So that was one of the things I was happy about. So I was able to get a couple items that way. And then there were a couple items that were just specialty that I just couldn't get here, just weren't available. So I got kind of lucky with some of those too. And I went to a couple shops that, I wanted to visit specifically because I like their parts, I like what they do, and, it relates to what I'm doing and the direction that I'm going with the EK9. So I just wanted to talk through some of the stuff I collected, show you guys some of the stuff I got lucky enough to do. We're gonna throw some of it on the car today so you guys can see what it looks like, and we'll keep having fun. So quick check-in with what's going on with the EK9. If you guys have been following along, I've been doing paint correction on it. We're almost there. I'm almost done. One of the last steps, I've got a couple panels still left. I had needed to get one of the smaller pads for the micro polisher. Got that in, and then the last 2 kind of big things that I needed to get in was the actual ceramic coating. So as you guys should be aware, if you guys saw the other ones, I kind of stayed with the same brand across the line for a lot of the stuff. So the G-Technic stuff is what I'm going to be using. So I'm using both their ceramic coating and then their crystal serum. So it's like a 2-part, and I'll go over that process. That'll be the last thing I do on the paint correction process. Is once everything's all done, I'll get the ceramic coat on it, and then it'll be good to go for a while. All right, so let's talk about some of the stuff I got, and then we'll get to that big box over there. But let me talk about a couple of the things I got. So one of the big things that I had wanted to get this year, and I'm kind of making a habit out of it now, is I wanted a specific steering wheel. Last year I picked up a vertex wheel for what I had at the time, which was a Miata. So I picked up a nice fun vertex wheel for that. This year was kind of more of the same. I wanted another vertex wheel. Maybe it's just going to turn into a pattern, and I'm going to, if you guys saw Tokyo Auto Salon video, I kind of joked about it that maybe every year I get a new project car and I buy a vertex wheel for it. So this year's kind of the same. I picked up another vertex wheel. Let me move a couple of these out of the way because I'm super excited about this, and I should have saved this for last, but I really just wanted to show you guys. So this year, I picked up the Advan edition. Now, beyond the fact that it's super cool, and I even like the design. I almost picked this one up last year, and I just didn't, like, it didn't fit any of the cars I had. This year, the EK9, one, the car's black, okay. The highlight color's red, of course, because, you know, it's a Type R. And then white wheels. So my last highlight colors is white. How could I not do this? I'm running Advan wheels, everything, like it fits just so perfect. Now, the one question I do have for you guys, and this I kind of went back and forth a little bit about, was Alcantara, the suede, or the regular, like, smooth leather. So I had talked with a couple people about it, and, you know, I kind of got mixed on that too, which was, you know, they're like, oh, but the suede doesn't last as long. The suede, you know, wears out. And my argument with them was, well, you have all the stitching and everything else. So you're going to have to be careful with that, or that's going to wear also. So, like, why? You know, I like both versions of it, but you guys let me know what you think. You think the suede version is the right one, or you think I should have actually got, you know, the regular leather version? But let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about this wheel. You guys know I'm running Advan, I'm running TC4s now, so I figured it was only kind of appropriate to run the same wheel and everything, you know, like it has to theme, it has to fit, and color-wise, I think it's a perfect combination for the car too. But you guys let me know what you think about that. Along with that, I picked up another Works bell hub. You can't go wrong with the Works bell. Like you can't. If you've ever had one, you understand the quality and everything else. They're excellent. Plus, I need a quick release. Like, getting in and out of the buckets, you want a quick release, or you want to tilt up. In my case, because I have multiple steering wheels, the quick release works better. I'm probably not going to run the red with this. I have a black Works bell one that I have mounted on another wheel, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this red one, switch it over to that one, and then take the all black hub, which is, you know, it's actually black on black, and use that on this. But again, you guys let me know what you think about that. You like the idea of the red in the background on this one, or just run a black? I don't know. Maybe I'll run one and see if I like it and then switch to the other. Who knows? But anyways, so I got a Works bell. One of the other things that while you're in Japan, like there's so many collectible things that you can go get. And it doesn't matter if it's, you know, like figurines, like the manga style, you know, the anime, all that kind of stuff. There's a ton of those. Like, you come back with suitcases full of that, whatever your favorite one is. The other thing is die-cast. You know, I have that habit of just picking up Hot Wheels whenever I go to the store. You know, if it's a cool looking car, I pick it up. You know, you guys can see on my board over there, I've got a handful of Hot Wheels and everything else that I've like, oh, hey, that one's cooler. You know, I mean, we all do it. Like, I can't help it. So I actually had to hold back, because you'll see, I'll probably drop a couple of videos that talk about, you know, different places I was at. But like the 1/18 scales, the ones that are like this big, oh man, like I wanted so many different ones, because the amount of detail and everything they get in them is just, it looks so good, but they're so big. They take up so much space. So I tried to contain myself and not, you know, get a ton. And I ended up picking up 2. I've been running through trying to find like different variations, different ones of the EK. So like this is one I found. See if you can see that. So I found a nice little Brid one. This one was pretty cool. I've been collecting like the little EK9. So I've got a couple black ones. I got a couple white ones. You know, this one was kind of cool because it had, you know, the like Brid livery on it and everything. I got this one, and then the other one I got, which I mean, I just can't help myself, was I picked up the Mines R34. It just looks so good. I did have kind of a toss because there was a blue one, which was like the kind of the more of the older like classic Mines one. It was the all blue 34, but the new white one with all the green carbon on it. This looks so good. So I picked one of these up. And then for me, at least right now, the 64 scale fits better. I can put these up on a shelf or hide them. So like, you know, they don't take up as much space. But yeah, so I picked up a couple of these. Both of them I were able to pick up at, it's a place called Tam Tam. T-A-M. They have multiple locations around the Tokyo area, inside Tokyo, like Akihabara, so like the electric town where like everybody goes to shop at like Big Camera and those kind of places. There's one there. I haven't been lucky the last couple years there. They do have stuff there. I haven't found like the 1/64 that I've been looking for there. We went to one that was further out, and they actually had a ton of stuff. If you guys want to know which one, or if you need a little help finding them, just DM me. I'll talk to you guys about it and let you know the location where I happen to find these. Or for the most part, I've got them all mapped out now, so you know how that goes. So that's where we got these. The Works Bell, along with, like I picked up, so you know on the car I'm running, if you guys don't know, I mean, if you guys saw the last couple episodes, I'm running TANs on the car. It came with them. They're like, I think the advanced Z's or something. You know, one of the more entry level ones. So I actually like them. I've taken the car out, driven it around. I don't have a problem with them. They're height adjustable, so I can get the stance where I want it. So for now, I'm more than happy with them. We'll see if maybe in the end I go to one of their like mono race ones. I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of interested in doing that. And again, I'm kind of a toss in between them because I really, really enjoyed my Öhlins, and I wouldn't mind going back to Öhlins, but I've had them. So I'm like, should I just go get like, you know, an upper end of TANs, or should I go back to Öhlins? Or, you know, I don't want to go as far on this car as like MCSs or Motons or anything like that. I think that's overkill for what I'm going to do with this car. So anyways, what I was getting at was, since I'm running the TANs, I went and got some like little TAN stuff. So I got, you know, the little 10 mil keychain, because, you know, you gotta have one of those. I got a regular keychain because I have like a whole collection of them. One day I'll use one or something, or I end up giving them away, you know. And then I found a little air freshener, which was kind of cool. So like it separates, see, and it takes like a little cartridge thing that goes in right there, and you know, then you put it on your vent or whatever. I probably won't put it on my vent. We'll see, but I'll probably throw it under the seat or something, throw it in the glove box, something like that. But I probably won't mount it to the vent, but we'll see. So I got those. I got all that stuff. There's a couple other things like so where I got that stuff was all at A-Pit Super Auto Box in Odaiba. If you just want to spend a bunch of money and you want to find everything super easy, you can go there on day one, blow a whole bunch of money. They have just about everything you could want. It's all on the shelf. It's super easy. So there's a whole bunch of stuff like that. There's big stuff. They carry HKS. They carry all the big brand. You want Nismo stuff. Man, when we were there, the spoon stuff was almost all sold out. Like the Honda stuff, the Spoon and Mugen stuff was just gone. Like that whole shelf was just empty. There was nothing on those pegs. But there's still a bunch to pick from there. So one of the reasons I love going there, besides getting kind of that stuff, is they always have decals, stickers, little like plaque things like this. So like I always end up finding really good stuff. So like something like this, we were talking about what to put on like the front of the toolbox at this, or like the HKS that we were talking about, something like that. That was kind of my idea with this. So you get good stuff like that. If you're an Initial D fan, you can pick up, I mean, all the books, all the manga, all the extra magazines, everything like that. They have, of course, the MF Ghost, MF Ghost and Initial D. So I went and picked up one of the magazines, one of the publications there. The big Advan decals. I mean, cool. And they're actually reasonably priced and everything else. So like, you're gonna spend some money. But it overall really isn't bad. So I mean, the Works Bell was, I mean, you've already paid for the flight, so whatever fits in that suitcase on the way home. But it really was priced really well. So got a bunch of that stuff, and then to a couple other items that I really wanted and I didn't think I was going to get, but it's one of those things where you try. So at Tokyo Auto Salon, all those retailers, all of those performance companies are selling goods. In the video I tried to show you, I tried to walk through the areas and give you guys an example of that. But everybody's selling stuff. So, if you're an HKS fan, you go right to HKS and you can just drop a ton of money. Whether or not you want to buy seats, whether or not you just want to buy merch and hoodies and all of that kind of stuff, they've got everything, okay? So while you're at Tokyo Auto Salon, you're going to spend money, and that's, I went right to Vertex and I was like, okay, cool. Let me see if they have my wheel. Hey, look, they have my wheel. So that was one of the things that I was really excited about was being able to pick up the wheel. The other thing I had been looking for since it's sold out within an hour here in the States. I had tried to get it online in Japan, couldn't, reached out to one of my people in Japan, and they're like, dude, it's sold out. I had really wanted this, and I was super stoked that I got lucky. I missed it on day one of the Tokyo Auto Salon, and I walked past, I looked and didn't see it. I looked on day two and it was tucked in the corner of the cabinet, and I just got lucky that I saw it. Is the Trust shift knob. Now, this one I had wanted. Let me see if I can get it out of here without dropping it. That would be funny on camera, right? This is their little Sakura style shift knob. Let's see if I can get it to focus for you guys. So this was something I wanted. I had wanted it on day one, and it literally sold out within a couple hours in the States, and then I just couldn't get a hold of it. So I was super stoked that this was one of my other big things that I had wanted. Big things, tiny little shift knob, but yeah. So this was one of them. So this will actually, it's kind of funny because they had a weighted truss. Here, let me grab it real quick. I'll show you. So when I got the car, it had a weighted, like old school here, truss shift knob on it, and then it also came with the stock one. So I had thrown the stock one on it. This thing actually is really weighted. So it's kind of funny because I'm replacing it with another trussed shift knob. This one's just not weighted. But yeah, so that was one of those ones I had really wanted. So super stoked about that. And then just because I think they're cute, I got one of their little shift knob hoodies. You know, it's cold outside, it's snow outside, so you know I had to make sure the shift knob was going to stay warm. I don't know. I just thought they were cute. Whatever. Now, one of the last items I got, which every time I have a Honda project, I go to this company, and I've always had really good interaction with them, which is beyond the fact that they make good parts, is a reason I keep going back. And this year I got lucky because I had planned to go out there. We go out there and they moved locations. So luckily the location that they changed and moved to wasn't that far away, so we were able to still go to there. And then I was talking with the owner, and I was like, yep, you know, I got an EK9, this is my new project. You know, what do you have here? And we were discussing about, you know, what parts he had in stock. And I was like, hey, you know, do you have these? And he's like, well, let me go look. And he comes back and literally tells me, hey, it's the very last one. Now, I don't know if production-wise that means they're not making anymore, but he said it's the very last one. So I'm like, oh okay. I don't, you know, I've seen it on other, you know, retailers. So maybe they have stock in it and he just doesn't have any more stock. Maybe he's making more. I don't know. But anyways, what I ended up getting and who I got it from was I got some of the side mirrors, the wide blue mirrors. And I got them from Seeker. So now, see if you guys can see that, see if it'll focus. So Seeker is one of those Honda companies. It's like Spoon. That's the easiest way to describe it. So they're known for their Hondas. They're known for building Hondas, okay? So this is one of those parts that I always get from them. Typically, I try and get, you know, my side view mirrors from them. If they have a center mirror, I get the center from them. And I've always run it. And again, I've had great interaction with them, and I've never had a problem. So I talked with the owner, we hung out, you know, I was talking to him about my current project. He starts asking me about, you know, like the newer cars. And he's like, well, what about, you know, the FL5? He's like, you have any interest in the FL5? So we start talking about that, FK8. And like, he's like, you know, I was telling him about how I like older Hondas. And he's like, well, what about the FD2? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I was like, when that comes around for age, I rented one the last time I was there. I enjoyed driving it. I was like, the FD2 I definitely like, and the FD2 is definitely one of those cars that I enjoy driving, and I love the way it looks. So we'll see when that one comes around how many other cars I have and whether or not it goes or not. You know, you guys let me know. Let me know what you think of FD2. So I have my Seeker stuff. I got my mirrors. We'll throw those on. We'll throw that shift knob on. Steering wheel will be the last thing because I want to switch the hubs over, and I'll see which hub I like better, the black or the red one. And that'll kind of be the last little like cherry on the interior of the car. And then we'll get that shift knob on. So let's throw a couple of those on. I'll show you what they look like. And man, I'm not gonna forget. You guys, you're like, he's gonna skip the box. So we're gonna do it on install. I was definitely lucky enough to partner up with KI-45. Okay, it's gonna get a whole separate video, but I was able to partner up with them. They sent me out one of their radiators and a cap. We're gonna do an install. We're going to do a long-term review on it. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to have any problems with it because the company makes incredible stuff. I've run their rad in my other cars, so I'm super stoked about that. It's a great opportunity. So you guys, I'll do the install video on that, and you guys let me know what you think. And let's go throw some other stuff in the car. And let me know what you guys think. So overall, this was what I brought back in one little suitcase. Next time, I think I'm gonna get one of those big checked ones and see how much stuff I can load in it. But you guys, let me know what you think. If you guys have any questions about Japan, just ask. Just ask. I get DMs all the time. I try and help everybody, whether or not it's with the rental car process, where I like to stay, where I like to visit, specific shops, locations of those shops, how to get to them, all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys have any of those questions, let me know. You guys, drop those comments about the wheel. You think that Vertex wheel was the right one? Should I got the other leather? I do have other wheels, so I'm going to kind of switch them in and out as I'm driving. Or depending on the circumstance, I'll throw one of the other wheels on. So let me know what you think about that. Works Bell hubs, I mean, they make incredible stuff. So I got that. Suspension, what do you guys think? Should I stay with the Tanes? Should I move to Öhlins? Should I, what do you guys think is? I'll ask you guys. You guys drop the comments and we'll talk about it. What do you think is a high-level street with a moderate level track, okay, experience for suspension, for coilovers, okay? I technically could handle a full race, but the car is not going to see it that often, not this one, okay? It will see the track, but it's not going to see it as often as, say, like my S2K, which I was at the track every other weekend. Although the Öhlins, I had Öhlins on it. Okay, so the S2K, if you guys don't remember, had Öhlins, custom Swift, the whole like extra sake bomb setup and everything else, and it did incredible. It did incredible, and I really did enjoy those Öhlins. You could turn them up, turn them down, and kind of dial it in, and they were like that level just below full race. So you guys let me know what you think. What suspension should I go with? What do you guys have that you like, So drop those comments. We'll talk about that. Let's throw a couple of these items on, and I'll see you guys at the next one. I've got this. I got KI-45 going in coming up next. I'll finish paint correction, and you guys will see me throw in the ceramic coating. That's coming up, and then of course non-stop content from Japan. I'm just going to keep dropping it. I mean, it's the winter months here. I got, I think, like 6 inches of snow while I was gone, so that's still out there. So I'll still go to the Cars and Coffee stuff as it's available, and we'll start ramping up and getting ready for spring, because once spring hits, we're just gonna go crazy. So you guys let me know what you think. Let's get these on, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Thanks.